Guess who's back in the news? It's Nigel Farage, unfortunately. He's on the TV again. Prepare yourself for that. We've got some award-winning journalism incoming. How are you otherwise, though? How are you otherwise? Are you well, chat? I do hope so. I am. Yeah, I'm alive. Although, is that a positive anymore? I'm not sure. Anyway, you can give me money in the form of bits and subs, and memberships, and subscriptions, and PayPal, and or Patreon. That's it. Those are the things you can do to help me financially during my financially help-needing times. Who made that pick? Coldplay concert made that pick. That happened. That literally happened. That's not. You may think, well, that's AI or something. It's not. They went to see Coldplay. For what it's worth, I'm glad you are among us. Among us! The fuck I'm talking about. We're going to be on with No Justice MTG in a second. We are, I promise. I don't know why I said that like like I've let you down on that in the past. If I say she's going to be on, she generally is. That's fine. There's nothing you can do about it, chat. Yeah. Sunday morning with Nigel Farage. Yeah, I mean, he is on the TV a lot for a man with demonstrably no fucking power. He may be Prime Minister someday. I fucking doubt it. But for now, he's got 5 MPs. Or is it 4? I think it might be 4. It's 4 now, isn't it? It was 5, then 4, then 5, then 4. And I'm sure the 4 will probably become 3 at some point, I imagine. Lee Anderson will probably fall into a fucking mincing machine on accident because he's a fucking clueless twat. Who knows? We can but hope.
Hey Kev, how you doing?
Oi oi, how are we?
I'm doing all right. Just
You're
come back
good.
from the pub.
See, now that for everyone else, I'd think, oh, she's had a drink, that's cool, but you don't. So
I don't drink.
I don't see the advantage of going to a pub. In all honesty,
pub food. I love a good pub food.
Yeah, I suppose. But also, like, I don't know that I could deal with pub people sober. That's the problem.
I mean, fair. I mean, most people only had a couple anyway, so.
True, that's fair enough.
What have you been up
to? Existing.
I mean, it's better than not existing.
Is it? I'm not sure anymore. In all honesty.
I mean, I mean, there is of course the fact that you're existing in the United Kingdom, which that's not great.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, like existence, if it's a positive existence, is good. But if it involves rivers of shit, not so much.
True.
Not so much. Once again, you are quieter than your guest. All right, chat. Fucking hell. You know I'm a leftist, right? Of course the tech's going to be rubbish. What the fuck do you want from me? The politics is good, the tech is bad. That's the deal. Anyway, did you have anything to go into before Laura Kuhn's big?
No, nothing comes to mind really, unless you. I mean, I've not watched any of the Mediasan Jubilee thing yet.
Right.
I don't. Obviously, it's obviously you get copyright cut for Jubilee now, which is done. So I'm not gonna watch it anyway. But I am looking forward to watching it in my own time because my god, that looks fucking crazy.
Do you get copyright cut for that? Because I think I'm just gonna watch it in like reverse with a filter on. Then fuck it.
Yeah, because I know Jubilee had been bellends with copyright for a while.
And you wouldn't mind, but it's not even like they do good content. I can understand like someone who puts effort into it, but you get a famous person and sit them at a table. Like what the fuck is your overhead on that exactly?
Yeah, exactly. Anyway. And yeah, exactly. It's a different thing, And again, like it's political stuff. Like I think it's reasonable,
Yeah.
And it's not like XQC watching a video and then not adding anything, you know. Or
Yeah,
creating a debate.
XQC watching an hour-long video and just going, "Wow, that's crazy, chat," and moving on.
Exactly.
Like he doesn't put anything into it.
No.
Fucking worthless piece of Trump dick riding shit. Anyway, can you tell I'm in like a super positive mood today? Yeah, award-winning journalism from the Farage Broadcasting Corporation, because that's literally all it is now. It's just Nigel Farage wall to wall.
Well, I feel like he's on every like 3 weeks.
He is. He's either. I mean, the relative Farage per minute rate is ridiculous right now. He's either on Question Time or Koonsberg all the time, just every few weeks. And is he on this more than Piers Morgan? I don't know.
I mean, who knows at this point? Also, thank you very much, Kriya Van Broek, for the 5 gifted, and also thank you very much to Ron Last for the 5 gifted. Appreciate you both.
Yes, indeed. You can give us both money, or either of us money, or I suppose neither of us, but that wouldn't be very kind.
But yeah, like, and what's funny, because, you know, they spend like, there was like 1 week where they put Zia Yusuf on doing all of the programs, and he was shit.
Yes.
He was so bad. I'm like,
Yeah.
so we can only trust Nigel with this.
Basically, yeah. And then he left and came back straight away. Because why not? Because that's just Zia Yusuf. He's like a pigeon. Oh, God, you've got Matt Ford on today as well.
Oh, no.
Oh, centrist Blairite gobshite. But you do also have my favourite member of Parliament for his rolled R's.
Stephen Flynn.
Stephen Flynn, mother flipper.
True.
Let's dive straight in. Why is our water so filthy? And what's the government?
What the fuck? What kind of... Well, who knows? Who knows where this poo is coming from? It could be anywhere. What do you mean? Because the water companies are dumping it and the government are doing fuck all to stop them. That's why. Did you think it was magically appearing out of a wizard's arsehole? What is wrong with you?
Also, Geeky Rory says that you got them to you went to the Southwest Green Party leadership hustings and they answered a question that you submitted. What was the question, Rory? That sounds interesting.
What kind of biscuit would you be? And I bet the fucking briefcase went, I'd be a digestive.
It was Ellie Chance, to be fair.
Lord Fritas donated $5. It's a Farage barrage.
Thank you, Lord Fritus, with your weird donation. Much love.
Also, I'm just going to get a glass with ice for my drink. One sec, I'll be right back.
Cool. Okay. Well, whilst we're waiting.
I'll have my headphones in, so you can play the video. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. Well, we can do that then.
Do. What about the organisation Ofwat, whose job it is to look after the industry? Could they be for the axe? Well, the man in charge of those decisions is Steve Reed.
It's so telling that, I mean, I know what she means when she says look after the industry, i.e., you know, deal with the industry. But it's so telling and perfectly worded that you can also read that as they're there literally just to look after the industry. Not the people that industry is there to serve, just the industry. Like in the way that HR isn't actually there to protect workers in any way whatsoever, but just cover the arses of management. Which is basically true.
Environment Secretary who's with us this morning, alongside Reforms leader Nigel Farage, the Lib Dem leader Sir Ed Davey, and Kevin Hollingrake for the Conservative.
It's like that gangbang picture, but in like reverse or something. They've just got 4 cuck chairs or something. I don't know.
Packed studio this morning. I'm wondering what the collective noun for 4 politicians is. But Steve, Labour's had quite a bit of trouble in the last few months. Which one of these guys are you most scared of?
We beat them before, we'll beat them again. I'm not too worried.
You sure?
Oh, yes.
Well, we will see this morning who comes out on top of your season is a very different picture to the end of last summer, when Keir Starmer had only just walked into Downing Street. So our team at the desk for the next hour includes Stephen Flynn, the SNP's leader in Westminster, Joe Tanner, spinner and strategist who used to work for Boris Johnson, and former Labour staffer, now comedian Matt Ford. Well,
I can't...
It was a former Labour staffer?
He was, yeah, no, he was a speechwriter for, was it Tony Blair, I think? And then maybe did he work with Gordon Brown or something? I'm not sure.
Jesus Christ. Well, it's interesting, tangentially to the fact that Ed Davey is on the show today. I'm debating the chair of the Young Liberal Democrats on Tuesday.
Really? Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
How did you get on that? What the fuck?
But they messaged me. They messaged me on Instagram. They were just like, "I heard you hate the Liberal Democrats. I was enjoying your content, then I realised you hate me." And I was like, "Can I talk to you on screen? Can we debate the Lib Dems?" And I was like, "Well, you're very welcome to."
Oh, how do you debate nothing though?
Literally, how do you debate a party with no position?
How do you debate? Like, what's the debate called? It's just it just says title hyphen blank paper. It's blank. There's nothing there. Because what are the Lib Dems? What do you even discuss in a debate about the Liberal Democrats? It's like discussing the inside of a ping pong ball. It's nothing. Sorry. Anyway, I was just going to explain to everyone the contempt I hold Matt Ford in, because not only is he like terrible at politics, not only is he the ultimate adult in the room wanker, but he's also about as funny as being stabbed to death and then getting a massive gas bill as well. Like, he's awful. He's the worst kind of person. He's the kind of person who thinks he's so much better at everything, and he's actually just shit at everything. He's the
fucking Spitting Image now.
Yeah,
as well.
the brilliant mind behind the fantastic relaunch of Spitting Image, which died on its arse. Because he's not funny.
Literally.
He's not. He's like it's the distinction I draw between a comedian and a humorist. Right? A comedian is actually funny and intends to be funny. A humorist sort of puts something out there and maybe a laugh happens, but probably not.
And the thing as well is like, what's the first joke I ever saw was from the new Spitting Image. Which is, I think it was just an image. I forget which politician they were parodying, and it literally I saw that the subtitle was just "Would you like to suck the milk out of my big Labour tits?" And I was like, "This isn't comedy. You've just said rude. You've just said like, you know."
Yeah, that's
titillating stuff. Like, no, this isn't.
It's not
this
funny.
isn't funny.
It isn't funny at all. No. Yeah. Anyway, moving on from the lack of humour.
Welcome to you all. Morning. Let's start, as we always do, with the news. And there's a pick and mix on the front pages today. The Sunday Telegraph splashes on water. Yes, I did just say that. That's our big issue here today. And they warn of bigger...
By the way, how shit are Australia at rugby union now?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, well, that is an outrage. Anyway, they are very bad. They got fucking...
What we didn't speak about was that the red card yesterday in the football.
Yes, in the 13th minute.
The hair pull.
Amazing, yes. It was almost kinky.
Mm.
You know why? And then they managed to hold on and fucking win on penalties. They're going to be very tired, I'm sure. Anyway, doesn't matter.
There are bills on the way for the middle classes. Data, though, continues to leak out of the Ministry of Defence. The Sunday Times has a news story saying the Defence Secretary is furious after names of SAS personnel were published online. The Independent on Sunday...
Honestly, foreign intelligence agencies must be really wondering whether they need to invest in spying on Britain anymore.
For nobody.
It's nobody. Just like there's ex-KGB agents going, "Oh, for fuck's sake, we had to put work in. This is what the fuck? You're just giving people information now. What the fuck? This is awful."
He stays on that subject, saying Special Forces members stuck in Afghanistan fear for their lives. The Sun has on its front page the possible return of Harry Redknapp to the jungle later this year. Maybe Nigel Farage might fancy a return there too.
Only the important stories.
Yeah, the Sun are really going with Charlie XCX gets married and Harry Redknapp is going into the jungle. A man who hasn't been even footballingly relevant for 10 years. It's nothing. This is it's ridiculous, and that's the whole front page. I'm really glad there are no actual issues to talk about at all. From what was the largest newspaper in the country, not anymore.
rivals might wish he went away. A warm welcome to the three of you here this morning. Joe, let's start with water. It's funny, a few years ago this didn't appear to be much of a political issue, but actually we've seen governments really struggle to get a handle on it, and it's become a very, very important issue for lots of people watching this morning. Why?
Well, I think it's
Well, it's
something
almost
that
like,
affects
right? It's almost like Jeremy Corbyn was right. It's almost like he was just correct about all of this
What
stuff.
about the Jews? Because he's anti-Semitic, you say. He's a Nazi. Yeah.
It's just, oh dear Lord.
Sorry. Go on. He was right about the shit in the water.
Well, just all the fucking just the whole industry, the whole water industry, you know. So, oh, it never used to be a big political issue. I'm like, well, that's because it's like before there was a threat that they might get nationalised because Corbyn was leader of the Labour Party, and now they've realised they have nothing to fear from any political party ever. They're like, well, we'll do whatever the fuck we want. No one's going to hold us accountable.
Yeah, no, we've got two parties who are just going to let it happen. So, who gives a fuck?
I mean, on top of this as well, like the Tories just happened to install monitoring of this stuff that just happened to start in like 2018 or something. So it became a politically salient issue once we got the full reporting. And actually, they are pumping. So the worst part is they were pumping loads of shit into the rivers before, and we didn't even fucking know.
Yep. Amazing, amazing stuff. But anyway, who could ever have seen this coming? I'm glad they're deregulating the banks because they won't do the equivalent in their industry, I'm sure.
No, certainly not.
Awesome. Thanks.
a lot of people, and whether it's the price of bills, whether it's concern about waste, you know, waking up this morning to the news that apparently in 5 years we're going to have half the number of sewage leaks is, you know, admirable, but sounds a bit poor. You're like, only half, really? So we're going to put up with the other 50% that we.
What did your boss Boris Johnson do about this? Like, what did he do about this? Like, you're acting like you're not the problem. You are.
Still get. And we're an island nation, right? So we should be concerned about what's happening around our shores, but we should also be concerned about what we're drinking. And it is something that successive governments seem to have struggled with. And the constant concerns about price, but then also what on earth the regulators doing. You know, there is grave concern. I mean, even, you know, the Environment Agency's had flack for years. Everything around the ecosystem that affects our environment seems to always have been sort of a bit flawed. It seems to have been problematic. Successive environment secretaries have said, I can't get everything to work together. And it's still not right. So, you know, plan for change, Labour government coming in. We need some serious ambition and some serious action
and we'll see how ambitious it is, how radical they really want to be. I mean, Matt, on the left, some people would say actually...
I'm sorry, they're not a new government. They've been in a year. If they had any intention of being radical about this, they could have been. And they haven't.
True.
Like, I'm sorry, you don't get the, oh, well, we were only getting our feet under the table at the minute. No, you've had 12 months. That's enough for you to have started if you'd wanted to. Like,
Steve Reed, like, basically his only job at this point, really, is just dealing with the water companies, right? And I'm just like, you've had a year. Yeah.
Well, no, I think I'm right in saying GB Energy still doesn't have a single employee.
No,
it's a year. It does strike me that that's not a real thing. Then, if after a year you haven't employed one person, what is it then? A fucking crypto scam? What's going on here?
Just nationalise it. That's what Jeremy Corbyn used to say. Is that simpler? Do you think that's something that the government should look at?
I wonder what this neoliberal ghoul is going to say to that proposal.
Oh, well, it cost a load of money, right? And you know full well they're going to quote this £100 billion number that was literally produced by a consortia of private water companies.
Yeah.
To say, oh, well, you can't nationalise this, it'll be so expensive. We've done all this research to show how expensive it is, which of course doesn't take into account the fact that we have to take into account these people's debts rather than just their assets, right?
And we could just take it off them anyway. Fuck you. We did it with banks. We did it with Chelsea Football Club. It's surprising. When we want to, we can just take private industry. Crazy that, isn't it?
I don't think it should ever have been privatised. I think of all the things that you shouldn't privatise, water is probably... Air would be the next one, and I wouldn't privatise that. Well, I was going to check if this was filtered before I sipped.
See, they joke about that, but I have heard libertarians say they should privatise air. I don't know how the fuck you would measure air usage or who would buy it, but
Did you see
libertarians
that
are
Adam?
mental.
Did you see that Adam Smith Institute paper where they postulated the idea of privatizing the moon?
Okay. I mean, I didn't realise it was even public. It's like fucking 20 people have been there. What does that mean?
I mean, this is the intellectual level that the Adam Smith Institute are living
Fuck it,
on,
I'm
you
going to
know?
buy the sun. You can't use it. You have to pay me for basic energy on Earth. What's that? You're eating a plant? Well, that wouldn't happen without the chloroform and all that bollocks. Sun!
From it. It's disgusting what's happened, and this is a mixture of the way in which it was privatised, when you create local monopolies, so there's no incentive to improve the service.
Okay, time out. When you get your water locally from usually one or two sources, how the fuck can you not have a monopoly? Are you going to allow multiple rivers to take the equal amount of water out of the same reservoir? Because then you're going to have no fucking water left. You don't get why privatisation of essential services is fucking wrong and cannot lead to a market. Because I don't have the option to not have water, and there's only one or possibly two rivers that my fucking water comes from. You can't import. You're not importing water. You're not making water in a factory. There's no fucking market here. Sorry, go on.
But yeah, sorry. Apparently, Matt Ford's comedy tour was called "Clowns to the left of me, Jokers to the right." Right. All I can think of, that reminds me of, is the Richard Osmond tweet.
Oh,
the worst tweet of all time.
Yeah, here I am looking for a sensible party to something. Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
Honestly, again, and that's the same thing. Just an upper class or middle class dickhead who thinks he's a lot better than he actually is. Just being a centrist wanker.
And even he thinks privatising water was bad.
Yeah. But note, he said he shouldn't have been privatised. He has not said it should be renationalised. Which is a different thing.
Because that'll be student politics.
The greed of shareholders and a failure of regulation, and it has ended up with us just having the most disgusting water any of us can ever remember. Now, I live in London, so Thames water has always been foul. I think it's fair to say it comes out of the tap like milk. We should want better water. It's disgusting that this has happened to our environment.
So I saw someone do the test between Norwegian water and British water. And honestly, I just thought to myself, is there anything Norway doesn't do better than us? Like, literally anything. Can we point to any single thing that we do better than Norway?
Like, politically, yeah, like nothing. There's literally nothing.
I genuinely don't think there is. Because their water was like the second cleanest on Earth or something. Oh, God.
Filtered through the fjords.
Well, it's not even that. Like, I mean, they still have to process it and stuff. It still goes into reservoirs and there's still shit they have to put into it. And it's just still the cleanest fucking water. We've got, like, glens and stuff. We can do natural water. It's just we've decided over the course of centuries, because like Matt Ford says, the Thames has been a sewer, literally, for 2,000 years. It's been a fucking nightmare of a thing. But you can take the water out of it and clean it properly. And they don't. They just don't. They just They just take what was the largest city on Earth and just poison them. It'll be fine. What's wrong with that?
It's interesting though, Stephen, in Scotland, where water was never privatised, there still are problems. You know, there's 2 beaches shut because of pollution in Fife this week, just when people are on Scottish holidays, and Scottish Water also breached their licences at sewage sites.
Yeah, but just going back to first principles, as Matt knows, I think everyone on the panel knows, you can come to Scotland and your water is very crisp, clean and enjoyable, and that's
because it tastes lovely from the hills. That's not necessarily because of the structures of the company.
But let's go to the structures. So 87% of Scottish waterways are in good or better condition. 97% of our bathing waters are in good or better condition. Our water bills are £113 cheaper than they are.
Jesus Christ! There's no need to flex. We already know England's shit. God Almighty, the water's cleaner.
I mean, is there anything that the Scottish don't do better than us at this point?
Nope. No, basically not. No.
And of course, it is a publicly owned company, so it's in stark contrast to what we have down here in England. That's something we're very proud of and something we seek to capitalise on.
Well, a good reminder that it is one of those things that's different in different parts of the
Absolutely.
country. So Ofwat and the government's plans, well, you might say that, others may disagree, but today's plans that we're about to hear from the government are about England and Wales. So just to be clear about that from the offset, take a look at what it should look like. Beautiful, peaceful Windermere, the best known and the biggest lake in England. Smaller, of course, than lochs in Scotland or in Northern Ireland, but it should be packed with visitors at this time of year. But sometimes it looks like that. Maybe don't look too closely.
You can see the shit on the bubbles. We've got poo bubbles. I
Just
don't
like-
even know
yeah.
what level of degenerate nonsense that is. Poo bubbles.
Prison. They have to go to fucking jail.
They really do, yeah. Again, the trebuchet is merely a conduit for talking about the fact that there needs to be real world consequences. These people need to feel not just minor fines which the company pay anyway. No. You lose everything, you go to jail. High risk, high reward. And if you don't fucking succeed, you go to jail.
Exactly, 100%. Like, so these are historic, important, like, natural landmarks that have been part of our country for years, and it's just been fucking despoiled by fucking greedy slugs. Like, it's it's monstrous.
Yeah. Katie points out, by the way, everyone going follow Katie Marshall / Madcat Scotty cheaper transport costs in London. Now, that is true. But you know what? That's because it's the only nationalised transport network in England and Wales.
Yay.
That's why it's cheaper. That's why it's the only functioning one too. It's so annoying to hear Londoners go on a whinge about how shit the system is there. Because you're like, you can get a train. The trains exist there. They fucking don't here. You've got some trains, you've got buses that work. We've got replacement bus service and the occasional tram that's broken down. That's it. God almighty.
Because it's pretty grim, Steve Reid, Environment Secretary. Some of this is disgusting, as we've just heard from the panel. And your promise today that you will have sewage pollution from water companies by 2030.
Jesus Christ! By 2030, I was thinking at least the end of the Parliament, so like 2029 or 2028 or something. No, we're aiming. The best case scenario is half in 5 years.
Yay!
This is the radical change that people voted for, was it?
Exactly, yeah. 100%.
Wow, only half of you are going to have to boil your water for fucking risk of cholera. Like it's 1827 again.
What was the parasite people were getting in Devon?
Oh, bollocks. Yeah, I can't remember. But it wasn't cholera, it was like, not diphtheria. It was
a
some
specific parasite,
paratyphus or something.
Yeah.
Some shit like that. Anyway, and so they were literally having to boil their water, which is a thing we haven't had to do here for 150 fucking years, or 100 years, let's say.
Just the success of privatization.
Yeah. Honestly, 30 years of privatisation, or I suppose 40, let's go with the whole of Britain. 40 years of privatisation has undone 200 years of technological progress.
Yep.
In an instant. Just gone. And it costs more than anywhere on Earth to get shit bubble water.
Oh, exactly. We pay more for shitter stuff. I hate this country.
We've got terrible infrastructure in every way, and it's always more expensive. We're the biggest cuck nation certainly in Europe.
We are a cuck nation, right? And the thing is, people can say, "Oh well, it's terrible. It's all the markets." I'm like, no, it's the corporations. It's the fucking water companies.
It was Sporidium, which
Oh,
doesn't even sound like a real
crypto.
thing. Yeah, can we rug pull Devon? Is that how that works? I don't know how that works.
We knew about that because this target was agreed and it's part of water companies' permits back in December.
Well, it's very grim. You know, you just show.
It's
pictures
part of their
Windermere.
permits, so we're negotiating with them nicely, saying, can you maybe halve it by 2030? Rather than going, no, you don't get a permit, you're putting shit in our waters, you cunts go to jail.
Yeah.
Which would be a just thing to do. No, we're just going, oh, maybe you could just do a little bit less. You know. Maybe a few people get Legionellas. Yeah, it's fine, whatever.
There. It's shocking. One of the most beautiful, iconic lakes in the country, and a few years ago it went bright green. because of the level of pollution that we've got in there. Now, it's clear from that and what we see in other rivers and lakes and beaches that our water sector is broken. It became a huge issue at the general election, and people voted for change. We are now making that change happen.
No, you
And there are
aren't.
building blocks to enable.
A year in, you've announced the shittest, weakest, limp dick plan ever.
And they deliberately, right, they had a whole fucking thing, a whole, like, investigation as to what can we do to solve this problem in terms of what's happening with the water sector. And they explicitly told the people doing the consultation, you can't investigate the ownership model of the companies.
Yeah, true. Use nameless entity. You make the joke about increased tea sales, but that's actually literally one of the reasons that mass density housing and the Industrial Revolution were kind of took off in Britain. It was because of the mass boiling of water for the drinking of tea and coffee, in a way that didn't happen in France, for instance, which is why you get a larger footprint on cities outside of Britain. Like if you look at Tokyo, for instance, it's like vastly bigger than London, even though per capita or per square inch it's got, or square mile I suppose, it's got fewer people.
As to conduct the root and branch reform of that sector that is required. The first one is we are resetting the sector, so that's banning the multi-billion pound bonuses water bosses were paying themselves, introducing new jail sentences for offending. The second is rebuilding.
If a single person ever goes to jail under their plan, I will be flabbergasted. No one's taking it seriously at all.
The system. So we've got to upgrade and replace the water pipes, the sewage pipes, and we brought in £104 billion of private sector investment to do that. But the third stage is we need a water revolution. We're going to hear tomorrow
By
from
private
Sir
sector
John
investment,
Cunliffe,
by the
who is
way.
leading a review for me.
By private sector investment, what he means is your investment.
Yeah.
I.e., they are putting up the bills, and that's going to pay for the investment.
Yeah.
So, we need this money to be able to invest. You should have been investing.